Welcome to HotFit Training. Today I'm going to show you how to take creatine and some different ways you can take it. For those of you who don't know what creatine is something that the body naturally produces. You can actually get it from certain foods such as red meat. Red meat is probably your most natural source of creatine. But for those of you who don't eat red meat, I highly recommend supplementing creatine on the days that you're not eating red meat and you're actually in a weight training program or an explosive exercise program. Now, what a lot of companies recommend, and one way to take creatine is to take it with something that has a high glycemic index, such as grape juice is going to be one good thing to take it with, apple juice, something sweet, okay? And you could do, if you can get your hands on some guava or mango juice, whatever it might be, you can do that as well. Some say to stay away from orange juice when it comes to taking creatine because of the acidic content of orange juice. They say that it destroys the creatine before it gets into your system. But what I like to do is, one of my favorite pre-workout stacks before my workout, and this is my secret that I'm kind of giving away here, is I like to take raisins, and I'll chew these up. And here's a few reasons why I like to eat raisins before the workout. Is one, they do provide that quick sugar energy burst that you need. Two, they're very high in potassium. It really is a muscle food. It truly is a muscle food. There's potassium, which is good for muscle strength. You've got iron. Iron helps to store oxygen in the muscles. And then you have L-arginine. There's L-arginine in raisins. So this is one thing I like to take. So I'll eat like a couple handfuls of raisins, and then I will take one scoop of my creatine, okay? And the trick behind taking creatine is I can't remember how many times I'd walk into a supplement store and I heard customers saying, yeah, I don't like to take creatine, it makes me cramp. Or I don't like to take creatine, it makes me bloat. Well, the thing is, the reason why it's making you bloat and the reason why it's making you cramp is because you're taking too much of it. And more is not better with creatine. I've seen some of the most muscle-bound guys taking creatine, and they've taken less than this. And this is a little tiny, this right here, that's just a little tiny scoop. That's not even a whole teaspoon, right? So more is not better. I mean, I've been taking creatine since I was 13 years old. I know I shouldn't have, but that's when it was on the shelves. Anybody could get it, and even still, it's still like that. But I would take way too much. I'd follow the instructions and go through the loading phase, and you really don't need to do all of that. A lot of these companies, what they're doing is they're telling you to load and do all these things because it's such an inexpensive ingredient that they want you to come back and buy more. But I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do that. A little bit of creatine goes a long way. Another nice thing about creatine is good for, it helps to lubricate the joints. It also helps with if you're trying to recover, okay. Another fact about creatine is that it helps to stimulate IGF-1 growth hormone. So this is one nice thing about creatine. If you don't have it in your workout arsenal, I highly recommend it. And so I'm going to take one scoop of this, and I'm gonna eat my handful of raisins first. And that sugar is going to help to shuttle that creatine where it needs to go in my body before my workouts. So this is my tip for today regarding creatine monohydrate. I like to do this is the micronized, and then you have the thicker stuff. But creatine does dissolve. If you actually put it in hot water, if you're concerned about, it's not dissolving or it's whatnot. Some people are concerned about those issues, that it might be too taxing or too hard on the liver. You can actually dissolve creatine if you put it in a cup of hot water and put it on the stove. But that's the reason why companies, they recommend that you cycle on and off. If you do too much of anything, you're going to have issues. Steak, for instance, red meat, for instance, because it is the most natural source of creatine. If you eat too much red meat, you're going to have kidney and liver issues. Okay, so, go easy on it. Try it out for about a month on a regular workout program, doing it every day. And like I said, more is not better. So if you have any questions, contact me. if I can answer any personal training questions, if you have questions regarding fitness, send me an email, subscribe to my newsletter, and click on the links below when you get a chance and like this video. Thank